had turned deadly as the police opened fire. Confused and scared, Ton unknowingly walked into the heart of the storm. In the heat of the moment, a protester pointed at Ton, mistaking him for the president's son. The resemblance that had always...
Okay guys, welcome to today's tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to create animated videos using AI. Now when you go to a YouTube channel, you see several of such folk tales. People are really making a whole lot of money from it. The beauty of it is that you don't need to shoot with any character. You don't need to do any special thing. It's just for you to have the basic knowledge and then put it to work. So I will just take us through the process of how I created this YouTube video. We're going to be using an AI app known as ChatGPT. So for you to create something like that, first of all, you have to have imagined what kind of story you want to tell, what kind of setting and all that. So once you're ready, you come to your ChatGPT and you write a prompt such as this. Now you can ask ChatGPT to generate title for you if you don't have a title yet. So we're going to be generating titles for our folktale story. So we're going to tell ChatGPT to suggest 10 story ideas that can be used as series for a Nigerian folktale channel that borders on greed and loyalty and betrayal, for a audience, for a semi-literate audience between 18 and 45. The reason I had to put the audience category is so that the title will be something that people of this age bracket can relate to, because you should know that when it comes to content creation, different content appeals to different age group. You can just say suggest 10 titles, and at the end of the day it's going to suggest even titles for children content, and it can even be the same on the same subject. So that was why I had to put a semi-literate audience between the ages of 18 and 25. So once you're done, you click enter. So as you can see, ChatGPT has generated several titles for me. Okay, let's take for instance, I didn't have a title for this story. With this, I can choose. Do you understand? So that is how you're going to get your title. You pick one of them. Okay, so let's move on to the next phase. Now we've gotten titles. All right, so I'm going to pick one of the titles. So I have written my prompt, and now this is the prompt for me to get my story proper. I said my prompt for the story. I said write a Reddit story of 2,000 words, an African scary story titled The Greedy Queen's Conspiracy. Write it from the point of view of the person that was exposed to the event. The story has to be based on realistic events. The language needs to be super simple and not flowery or preachy. Don't use complicated words. Start this story with a short hook that portrays the most unsettling part of the story. Note that the story is in series and the end should end. Note that the story is in series and should end in suspense that will urge viewers to look out for part 2. Now I just chose to do it this way for a series, do you understand, so that you can have the stories in part 1, part 2, part 3. Do you get? You can choose to not add that part to your own. There's nothing that says you must have your stories in series. But I realized that series help to keep your audience engaged, and they keep looking out for what happens next. And it also help you to have content for that period. Imagine if you're planning on going for five parts. So you see, you already have a style and a content to go for that particular period. Do you understand? So that's why I just decided to use um, this this format. So once I'm done, I want you to take note of the things that I imputed into my prompts, the kind of language you should use, the kind of thing it should imply, the suspense, all the things I want it to portray. So once I'm done, I will just click enter. Now ChatGPT is going to give me a story. Okay, now the ChatGPT, you remember I also stated in my prompt that it should be 2,000 words, because if you don't specify, it might give you an abridged story, and then you start looking for how to further elaborate. But if you tell it how many thousand words it should give you, it will give you something very, very, very precise, so that when it comes to editing, you will not now be looking for additional, story to add here and there. Do you understand? So once it's done generating our story, we are going to copy it and we'll paste it in a Word document. If you don't have a Word document, you can paste it on your personal WhatsApp. Okay? So now that we have our story, the next thing we have to do, remember the stages of storytelling. So once you've gotten your story ready, the next thing you need to do is to create your prompt. Now, looking at the story the way it is, if you want to be copying and pasting and thinking of what to create, at the end of the day, you may just be completely exhausted, and then some parts will even be left unattended to. So once our story is ready, we are going to tell the same app to generate prompt for us from the story. You can go as far as telling it to generate 25 prompts. You can tell it to generate 50. You can tell it to generate any number of prompts you want from this story. Do you understand? So once it's done generating the prompts, let us just move to the next one so that you see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT to generate a prompt for these stories, and then generate prompts for this story. Image should be of high quality, realistic, and very relatable. Setting is a typical Nigerian setting in the north. Include luxury background, furnitures, and Nigerian characters. Now I had to make this specification so that when my prompt comes out, it will have all of these features, because this is a Nigerian based story. And you may be wondering why I chose Northern Nigerian and not Lagos. Because my story, I have read through the story and I saw that it is actually a northern based story because of the name Amina. The name that the remember I also suggested to it the name of a Nigerian. So the name it chose can be a Nigerian name, can be an Igbo name, or we can decide to go with an Igbo name in the east. So look at your story very well before you give it prompt for the image generation. So now that I've included some of this description, I'll just press enter. So it's going to take a while for it to generate your prompt. Do you understand? So that is the first phase of creating your folktale story. First of all, you have an idea, then you move. Do you understand? So you can see. Here is the generated image based on the prompt. If you need further adjustments or other prompts, feel free to ask. So this is ChatGPT generating an image for us. If I had said a man or a woman, but what I actually wanted it to do is for it to generate sets of prompts, a script. Okay, let us retweak it. Generate a script with no less than 20 prompts for the above story. Images. Okay. So yes, this is how it should be. So it's going to be giving you different prompts. Okay. So from this you can copy. You can see this one, the old woman's hut, a small one hut in the middle of the forest, lit by a fence. So what you now do is click on, then go to select and select one of these, copy. You can take it to your Bing AI. So when you take it to your Bing, you paste it. After you paste it, you make sure you save. Once you're done saving, you then go back and do the same for all the other prompts. Okay, so when all your prompts are ready, you can now move to the next phase, which is the audio, generating the audio for your story. But we're going to end it today so that you can practice what we just taught. So if you have any question, do let me know. Before we go, let me just generate this image. It doesn't mean that you have to just stick to whatever it gives to you. You can edit, you can make some changes. This is the image it gives us. An area palace, a luxurious Igbo palace with grand, intricately curved entrances lit dimly by moonlight. The palace appears foreboding, the shadows cast across its walls, hinting at the dark secrets within. If you're satisfied, just click create. Okay. Now you see it has given us these images to work with. So if you're okay with the image, you just take this arrow below here, this arrow that's pointing down, this arrow. Yes, that's where you click to download. So you download it. See, it has been downloaded. You can download as many as you can so that you have a lot of pictures to work with. Okay, if you feel this one is not sophisticated enough, you want to use another kind of a palace, you want to change the surrounding, you want people to be there, you can do all of that. Now that is how you do your story as the first part of our class. So let's practice this, and then I'll take us through the next phase. Thank you.